continue going in on the law and Deuteronomy. I think we started off. We left off. What?
We started off in 6, and last week we touched on 8, and now this week we're gonna do 9.
Yeah, we're gonna do 9. Man, it's getting a little bit warmer out here. This like the first like decent little day.
Yeah, it feels good.
Yeah, so you know, around the summertime, around the springtime, expect to see more Hebrew Israelite groups out there teaching. You see what I'm saying? Some of them go in and they come back out. You know what I mean? You see us, we out here every week. You know. Something beautiful over the weekend. I met a Hebrew Israelite brother at a certain location and stuff like that, and that was pretty cool. He around here, but not in this city, but in a city that's like 30 minutes away and stuff like that. So that just show you how this thing is growing. So that show you that our works are not in vain. Like us coming out here teaching the truth is waking up, brothers, because you never know who's at home in front of that computer or who's at home on YouTube, right? And they seeing this truth and listening, and they just, like he said, he was just coming in to the truth. So they studying, you know what I mean? And then when we met each other, we seen each other, it was like a brotherly love, like right away. You know what I mean? It was like we shook up, and like he stopped everything he was doing and stopped talking to everybody to salute me once he found out I was a Hebrew Israelite. I noticed him because he did have his fringes on. That's cool, you know. And there's different debates on the fringes and the fringes thing, but I did acknowledge it, you know, respect it. So I saluted him and everything like that, and then I just seen the brotherly love. This is how it's supposed to be. I seen the brotherly love. Like everything else in the building that we was at didn't matter. We both were just focus on each other. Like, okay, this is my brother right here. Yeah. Because what does it say? Who's my mother? Who's my brother? Those that do the will of my Father. That's in the book of Matthew. You see what I'm saying? So that's who your brother is. I might not know him personally, but if he doing the will of the Father and I am, and we salute each other and we see each other, then this becomes my brother. You see what I'm saying? That's how Israel's supposed to be. Now he's coming up in it, but he following different camps like IUIC and stuff like that. But am I supposed to hate him as soon as he said, oh, he following IUIC? Now am I supposed to be like, oh, you following IUIC? I ain't fucking with you. You see what I'm saying? No, I was like, okay, that's good. That's what's up. Because the point is that you believe. Before we get to all these laws and stuff like that, which we're going into, one of the major parts, the top major part, a most important thing is that you believe in Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua. If you believe in Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, you believe in the Lord, right? In His Son, right there we can connect, man. Right? So then we could go further into ideals and what we think and what we believe. This scripture saying that scripture and the laws and stuff like that. But that's the number one important thing. So we could come together based off that, because him wearing those fringes mean that what? He believed in the law, statutes, commandments, which is the way of our Lord, which is what we're going into right now. So just by him believing that, we could come together. That shows the order, the true order of the Lord is simply the law, statutes, commandments, not a man-made rules and laws and structure. And I believe that the Lord is dealing with these men, and He set these men up. So I believe that these are the holy men of the Lord. So that's why we're gonna follow everything they say, whether or not it's in the Bible or not. That's not how it works, man. You see what I'm saying? You got to keep this thing simple. You know, it says those that add to the word and those that take away from the word. So you got to keep this thing simple, man. So I seen that, brother, and guess what? I kept it simple. I didn't get to think about, okay, you following IUIC. I didn't get to thinking none of that. I kept it simple, and I was like, hey, show my brother some love. You see what I'm saying? Simple as that.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, even though he do follow IUIC, it's like that still lets you know that these camps got their own roles that they play in the body. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, by him following IUIC, that's who woke him up.
Yep.
So now, if IUIC probably wouldn't never been created, he probably wouldn't be in the truth right now.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
At the end of the day, he is a Hebrew Israelite by blood.
Exactly.
Which makes us brothers.
And that shows you the significance of Luke 14 coming out here on the highways and hedges to compel his people to come in. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know, that was a commandment.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That was a command from the Lord our Savior to do that, and that's why that shows the progress in coming out here, what it does. You feel me? And that's good. You know what I'm saying? And you know, the more we meet, the more we congregate. The more we meet, the more we congregate with. Is more and more proof that this is actually affecting our people. You know what I'm saying? It might not be at a rate that we want it to be, but it's still working. You know what I'm saying? And that's a good thing.
Yeah.
You know, because shit, just look at how we came in.
Yeah.
You know, we came in just like him. He probably came and started watching videos.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You You know, you started with GMS, we started with GMS, he started with IUIC. It's the same thing. But he in the truth though.
Yep.
And now and also at that point now, it ain't no turning back. You know what I'm saying? Because now once you start learning, you know what I mean? Just roughly paraphrasing it, it talks about in the scriptures like it's better off to not know, right? It's better off to not know the truth than knowing and turning your back on the truth. You know what I'm saying? So now, like once you really once you really get in, it ain't no turning back. You know, this is literally a death row contract. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta finish, you gotta finish your course. You know what I mean, but like people ask like why we on the highways and byways. Well, that's why. You see what I'm saying? Because you might not think we reaching too many people because we be out here and it be kind of dead. That's not our fault, man. And we don't control that. The Lord controls that. It talks about prophesying to the wind. You see what I'm saying? But you know, I met that brother. I asked him, y'all got a camp set up around here somewhere, something like that?
Did you get him the YouTube channel?
Yeah, I gave him all the information, YouTube channel, location, all that, and I asked him, say, y'all going on camp in Decatur and stuff like that? He said, nah. He said he just started, and I said we got a camp, and he was really interested because you know he probably want to go down to a camp. He was asked how many brothers down there. I said it's like 2, 3, but we be having one brother be on and off, so it's really like 2. You see what I'm saying? He said he was interested. He was like, oh shit, you know what I mean? So that's not that far, you know. So we can link up together and shit, and then and he could come on here and we can go to the camp together. And that could help build a brother up.
And if you can't make it sometimes, we'll slide down there to the D and set up camp.
Yeah, the prophets are old, they didn't stay in one location.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? If the brother really sincere, he's like, man, you know what I'm saying? We can, like, we will do that. You know, I mean, if it's cool with you,
yeah, hell,
you know what I'm saying? You with the
because the prophets of old didn't stay in one location. They went to different places and teach. So if that city got a nice, you know, a nice population, which they're smaller than us, but there's an area where people really gather around, and they can really hear this word. Primarily the Israelites, 12 tribes of Israel. Then shit, we could go out there and we can do some work too. Why not? You know what I mean? So that helps. You know what I mean? And everything is by the way of the Lord. So the Lord set up everything. You know, so that, you know, that brother may be ready for the next step. You know, he watching the videos, he trying to keep the laws the best he can. He might be ready for the next step to be a prophet, to go out on the highways and byways and prophesy. Even if a brother come down here and they don't stay with camp with us and then they go do their own thing, at least we can help build that brother up to show him some of the structure that we do. You know, not saying that he have to do that or it's a law, but some of the structure that we do that help us maintain in this thing. And you can take pointers and it may help you maintain. The biggest thing when you come into this truth is figuring out why we're doing this and what it's all about. You know, you gotta pretty much know what you're getting yourself into. That's the biggest thing when you come in this truth. You have to know what you're getting yourself into, and you gotta know that it ain't easy. You see what I'm saying? Just enduring ain't easy. You know what I mean? All the things we then went through just being down here teaching the truth. We done went through some shit, man. Security guards fucking with us, random people coming up fucking with us and shit like that. People coming up trying to take Quran Bible out his hand and shit like that. Arguments, yelling, women possessed with demon spirits coming down here, people taking pictures of us, people driving by trying to set us up, people standing over here on the side just watching us the whole time, the fucking building back here just watching us and shit. It's a lot of shit we've been through just coming down here, man.
Facts.
But through it all, you know, at the end of the day, it ain't about us. It's about the Lord's word. So that's what we about to get into, you know. Remembering the Lord's word, you know.
Yep. Ready to start?
Yep.
This Deuteronomy 9, starting at the top. Hear, O Israel, thou art to pass over Jordan this day, to go in to possess nations greater and mightier than thou, cities great and fenced up to heaven.
Hey, that's important, bro, because it's showing you, right? When the Lord took the Israelites back to the land, right? He could have made them just be one with the people that was there in the land. He didn't do that. He said, look, y'all gonna take over and rule over these people that's in y'all land. He didn't say y'all just gonna be one, and if y'all turn them to believers, then they gonna believe too. No. And we gonna cross over to Jordan again, and we gonna be taken back to the land again, man. And the people, the heathen, the Gentiles that's there gonna be destroyed, and they're gonna go into slavery. The same thing's gonna happen over again, man. The Lord doesn't change.
Okay. Verse 2. A people great and tall, the children of the Anakims, whom thou knowest, and of whom thou hast heard say, who can stand before the children of Anak, right?
Yeah, and that's really the same thing with Amalek. they like strong and great right now. It's like, who can stand? Anybody say anything about them, they come out crying and shit, talking about they've been going through so much and they so persecuted and shit. Like, who can really go against them? Kanye West tried to go against them. Now he talking about he liked them again because of a movie. A 21 Jump Street. He seen that movie and the actor is a small hat. He said, okay, he liked them again. Kyrie Irving tried to do it. He got smacked back down. The Nation of Islam been trying to do it. I mean, they damn near diminished. They talking about the Hebrew Israelite thing has overpassed the Nation of Islam thing now. They said that we done overpassed them. You know, so it's like, who could stand up against them? But the true Israelites, we gonna be able to stand up against them.
Verse 3. Understand therefore this day that the Lord thy God is he which goeth over before thee as a consuming fire. He shall destroy them, and he shall bring them down before thy face. So shalt thou drive them out and destroy them quickly, as the Lord hath said unto thee.
Right, so you see that debate with Guerrilla Hebrew, Sakari versus Dr. Brown, right? And they claiming to be us. But just like this, the Lord gonna destroy them, man. He gonna drive them out, man. So yeah, we get mad and shit because they taking our identity and they're lying and they're synagogue of Satan, right? So yeah, we get mad about it, but you gotta remember, that's just gonna make it, Quran told me this before, it's just gonna make it that much better, bro. That we all this built up anger, right? And we and that they stealing our identity, they lying to our faces, they playing these semantic games, which in that debate, like the Dr. Brown dude, all he did was ask questions about our heritage. He didn't explain or prove that they are the Israelites or they point. He just asked a whole bunch of questions.
Yeah.
That he didn't know the answers to.
Yeah, and he was kind of it was just based off feelings.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Why he feel that they are, not no proof. And all of those sources and shit that he was pulling up, yeah, I was reading through that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was reading through them sources. What he was saying, that it was saying, he was just he was lying.
And all those sources came from like his. That's like us sourcing stuff that come from us. But we can't do that though. We can't source and say, well, this came from Abba Bivens, you know, so it's true. Exactly. They say, what's your proof though? So we gotta use the Bible, but they could just source their own people, the lies that their own people made up. It's fucking lies still.
Science, based off science. And see, and that's what people, and that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Because people, that's what the Big Bang, where do you think the Big Bang Theory came from? Scientists. So they ain't got the truth.
And then they changed the shit. They say Big Bang Theory, now we done found more discoveries, now it's not that.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, he talking about some DNA and shit like that, some bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, but then at the same time, he said we can't trace nobody back to an actual Hebrew Israelite, but they know that they're the Hebrew Israelites
because they follow the laws,
and they could trace them back to the Middle East. But Al-Azhar didn't even bring this up. You could trace everybody on earth back to the Middle East because Noah had 3 sons. They were in the Middle East. There was a great flood that killed everybody. After the great flood, there was Noah, his 3 sons, Shem, Japheth, and Ham. They all were in the Middle East. So everybody on earth come from them. So that means everybody has markers that you could trace back to the Middle East. Edom was right there next to Judah land in the Middle East. Moab, the Chinese, their land was right above like Edom land in the Middle East. So you could trace everybody back to the Middle East. You can't just say, but we ain't going down that road though. Right. But pretty much straight to the point though, it's just gonna make it that much better when our Lord destroy their asses. And when he let us get our get back. Because it says in the book of Daniel that the saints of the Most High should take the kingdom and possess it forever. So the Lord gonna let us get our hands on it. And I mean, if you take 100 of them and you take 100 of us and you put us in a room and say fight to the death, we might not lose one. You know what I mean? They gonna lose all.
Verse 4. Speak not thou in thine heart after that the Lord thy God hath cast them out from before thee, saying, for my righteousness the Lord hath brought me in to possess this land. But for the wickedness of these nations the Lord doth drive them out before thee. Verse 5. Not for thy righteousness or for the uprightness of thine heart dost thou go to possess their land, but for the wickedness of these nations the Lord thy God doth drive them out from before thee.
We got some laws in that, we gonna skip around.
Yeah, this is it's gonna get to it because this chapter is actually focusing on why we provoke the Lord, like how we provoke the Lord. Okay. And that they may perform the word which the Lord sware unto thy fathers Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Verse 6, understand therefore that the Lord thy God giveth thee not this good land to possess it for thy righteousness, for thou art a stiff-necked people. Right? Remember and forget not how thou provokest the Lord thy God to wrath in the wilderness from the day that thou didst depart out of the land of Egypt, until ye came unto this place. Ye have been rebellious against the Lord.
Yep.
Keep going.
Yep.
Verse 8, also in Horeb ye provoked the Lord to wrath, so that the Lord was angry with you to have destroyed you.
Right, so we got destroyed here. We got taken here on slave ships, right? This land was stolen, you know, so everybody that come from the people that stole this land is guilty. You're guilty because this is stolen land. This land was established by iniquity, and you took a people in slavery to build up everything in this land. So really everything in this land belongs to us and our brothers, the Native Americans, because they had the land, and everything that was built in this land was built off the back of slave labor. That's where you got the money from. That's how Wall Street was started. You know, so yeah, the Lord's going to get us vengeance, man. In the same way our kids weren't spared and our old men weren't spared, their kids and their old men won't be spared. You know, so we went into slavery, right? And we went into captivity for that same exact reason. It's always been the same thing, man. Because we was going against our Lord and his ways.
And it started from day one, even the Lord delivered us to the Hamites, right over there, to the Egyptians, because of our iniquity, and then he saved us and he brought us out, and we still continue to be wicked.
Yep.
Right? And so he put us back into captivity, which is where we at now today.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And so it just lets you know that like this chapter going into, we continually provoke the Lord, and that's why we are in a situation. So really shouldn't nobody feel sorry for us.
Yeah, and we do it over and over again. So like when you wake up to the truth, you be like, damn, why don't we just, man, why the Lord don't do something? You know what I mean? Why the Lord don't get righteous the power and stuff like that? But you gotta realize, like, we really deserve to be just wiped off the earth. How wicked we were and our people were. And you can see that in your own people. Just go around your people and just see how wicked they is, man. And how stubborn and stiff-necked they is. It says that in Zechariah chapter 7, man. How stubborn and stiff-necked they is, man. And how they close their ears and don't want to listen, man. You know we some of the most hard-headed people on the earth, man. So really, the Lord has mercy by just letting us survive, man. Because really, no other people on earth would have survived the transatlantic slave trade. Their whole people would be wiped out. They wouldn't be around no more if they didn't get that. And Esau's gonna go through that, and that's why he ain't gonna make it like we made it. You see what I'm saying? What's that song of 50 Cent that damn he got hit like we got hit, but he ain't fucking Greek. That's what's gonna happen. You see what I'm saying? So we the only people that could go through a transatlantic slave trade and still be here to this day and survive. Can't nobody else go through that. That's by the way of the Lord. The Lord preserved us because we are the true Hebrew Israelites. And he's going to come back and save us and get vengeance on our enemies that did it, man. You know, and that's what we waiting for, you know. But that's just great mercy that the Lord have on us for us to even be around, man. And I understand why we still here going through this shit. Because even with us that woke up to the truth, supposedly you still see the stubbornness in us, man.
Yeah.
And the pride.
Yeah, because you got to remember, it's not an individual. The Lord not dealing with individuals. He's dealing with us as a whole nation. Right? So, really, we all guilty. The nation is responsible for something that even one brother do. Like, if you look at it like that.
Yeah, because that happened in the book of Joshua.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So the nation is responsible. So that's why the Lord, and that's why the Lord is trying to bring unity, because you might have, like, even though you got brothers that's out here on the highways and hedges spitting the truth, and you might have some following the law, statutes, and commandments, right? But it's still for the ones that's not. That's what the Lord is judging us off of, because he's dealing with us as a whole nation, right? And so we still provoking the Lord right now today. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why the law, statutes, commandments were so stiff, the penalty of it. It was stiff. You do adultery, dead. You see what I'm saying? But then, like, the Lord set up, he still has so much mercy and love for us that he set up sacrificial laws where you could sacrifice and be forgiven for certain things. Certain things, not everything. Certain things. You see what I'm saying? That's how much compassion and mercy that the Lord had on us, man. Like in the book of Joshua, there was one man that was had something accursed among him that was holding back the whole nation. King David, he was one man that did something. The Lord was going to judge the whole nation because of that. So we got to come out here and we got to teach our people, the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, you know, that come from that descent through your father's lineage. It's all about the seed, the father's seed. That's why when you go to the book of Matthew, it says, this man begot this man begot that man begot that man. It's all about the seed of the father, man. That's how you determine the Lord. You know, so that's why we got to teach our people, like, we got to wake up and follow the laws of our Lord so he can come back and set us free. As long as we in sin, we eat pork, you know, this place is wicked. It promotes nothing but sin and wickedness against the Lord. Every burger has swine on it. You see what I'm saying? It's all about adultery. Every song talks about adultery. You know what I mean? The different rites that they're passing. That's all going against the Lord. If this place was a righteous place, the Lord wouldn't have to come back. So the reason why the Lord is coming back, if you read the Bible and understand prophecy, the Lord is coming back to destroy the earth, and then he's going to set up his kingdom. The reason why the Lord is coming back to destroy this place is because it's wicked. So that means that a lot of people are going to be put to death.
And why is it wicked? Because the people that's in charge of it is wicked, right? So, you know, you got what they say, one bad apple spoils the bunch.
Yep.
Right? And so the people that's leading that, and we know who those people is today, Abraham Lincoln's people. You know what I'm saying?
The people on Mount Rushmore are the leaders of this wicked place.
They are the leaders. They are the leaders, right? What's that, Job 9:24?
Yeah.
Right. So the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Right? The people that makes the laws, the people that's running this place, they are responsible for the way the world is today.
Yep.
And that's why us as a people, who the Lord, the Hebrew Israelites, who you see on this chart, these are the people who the Lord set up to govern the world, right? But the way we going right now, if we was like right now without the law, statutes, and commandments, it probably wouldn't be no different, right? And that's why we not in charge right now, because we are going against the Lord, the same way the other nations is. Right, so until we get it right, then it's not gonna be right.
And I'm happy you said it that way, because you said we. We ain't talking about just us individuals. We following the laws. No, it's about we, man. It's about the nation, because a lot of men say, no, it's about the elect. It is about the elect, but you don't know who the elect is. So therefore, you got to go through the way Yahweh Shai was doing it. He sat with the sinners. You see what I'm saying? Which he know who the elect is, but at the end of the day, we don't know who the elect is. So you got to teach to the nation, man. And you got to deal with the nation. You know, so, you know, just a couple little things.
Verse 9. When I was gone up into the mount, huh?
No, I got you.
Okay. Verse 9. When I was gone up into the mount to receive the tables of stone, even the tables of the covenant which the Lord made with you, then I abode in the mount 40 days and 40 nights. I neither did eat bread nor drink water. Right? Verse 10. And the Lord delivered unto me.
So he fasted that many days. None of us could do that, man.
Exactly.
So they just show you how they was way tougher men, stronger men than us today.
Yeah, them spiritual powers right there. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody today can go 40 days and 40 nights without no type of hydration and live.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Or protein or whatever. But you know what I mean? You just can't do it. Deuteronomy 9 verse 10.
I'm sorry to keep stopping you. You know, like those monks, they be trying to do that shit, man, but they still be getting some type of nutrients, man.
Yeah.
But they be like the motherfuckers that could really go the longest though. But not like that though.
Not 40 days and 40 nights?
Yeah. Not literally. Like a lot of people do, they say they fasting, but it's not a real fast. They still they drink water. They do a food fast, but they still drink water. Like I used to see the little small hat dudes when I used to be at school. They be running around with the little small hats on top of their head and shit like that, talking about I'm fasting, and have a water bottle in their hand. Let me drink some water. I'm fasting. Now when we figure out what real fasting is, man, they just fraud every fucking way you go, man.
Verse 10. And the Lord delivered unto me 2 tables of stone written with the finger of God, and on them was written according to all the words which the Lord spake with you in the mount out of the midst of the fire in the day of the assembly.
Here we go.
And it came to pass at the end of 40 days and 40 nights that the Lord gave the 2 tables of stone, even the tables of the covenant. And the Lord said unto me, Arise, get thee down quickly from hence, for thy people which thou hast brought forth out of Egypt have corrupted themselves. they are quickly turned aside out of the way which I commanded them. They have made them a molten image.
Crazy.
Verse 13. Furthermore, the Lord spake unto me, saying, I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people.
Yeah, very stiff-necked, man. Like the Lord got mad at us for making molten images, bro, and worshiping them, and a golden calf. So our people to this day still say they Muslims, and they go over there and worship a rock and walk around a rock and get up to it, touch it, and kiss it. They worshiping rocks. They saying that they Jewish, and they going over there and worshiping a wall. You see what I'm saying? They worshiping crosses and rosaries. Especially if you take the Northern Kingdom, you see what I'm saying? And shit like that, wood and shit like that, man. So you still see our people doing that same shit to this day, man.
Yeah, it's just like and that's why the new covenant got to be in place. And then which is crazy how some people believe that the new covenant is in effect right now, right? Because if the new covenant was in effect right now, then it wouldn't. We already be in a kingdom.
Yeah, because they taking like that individual shit, they taking themselves and say, well, we're under the new covenant.
Yeah.
But then it's like wordplay. Okay, if you say you predestined to be under the new covenant, then you could say you already is technically if you say you predestined. But you don't really know if you predestined. But hey, if you end up being right, then you were right. But at the same time, you just take an individual. No, the new covenant, Israel's going to be under the new covenant. See, when Israel went under the old covenant, it wasn't a select few that believed in the Lord. They were under the old covenant. It was the nation of Israel under the old covenant. So it's not about if you are under the new covenant or not. It's about if the nation of Israel is under the new covenant. It says the house of Judah, the house of Israel. That's the people of Judah, the people of Israel. Not just us. We can't just say, well, me and this brother, we under the new covenant right now. We under the new covenant. It ain't about us, man. It's about the people of Israel. Because, yeah, our people going to be destroyed, but they going to come back and they going to be under the new covenant. In the kingdom, all Israel's going to be under the new covenant. That's what's important.
Yeah.
So we can argue about if we individually are predestined to be under the new covenant. We can argue against that. We can say, yeah, so, okay, cool. Got that one. But at the end of the day, it's about what's important is when the nation of Israel is under the old new covenant. That means the new covenant, the whole nation of Israel. And that's going to happen in the kingdom when the Lord comes back.
And it's going to be one rulership.
Yeah, because everybody that, there's 2/3, they all going to be put to death and they're going to come back through birth. So the people the 1/3 that do go under the new covenant, under the bond of the new covenant, they going to be holding the 2/3, by seed. Bring them back.
Verse 14, let me alone that I may destroy them and blot out their name from under heaven, and I will make thee a nation mightier and greater than they. So that's how the Lord, that's how angry we made the Lord once we provoked him and started worshiping and praising other gods and other images and stuff like that, to the point where he wanted to just wipe us out and create a whole new nation over us.
That's fire. So we gotta be mad at ourselves. The more technology we see Esau, and the more advanced he get, and the more success we get, we just gotta look at ourselves and like, look, that's how bad that's how much we angered the Lord, that he took the weakest people on earth and made them so much great over us and impress us. That's how mad we made the Lord. So shit, when you feeling like, man, why the Lord ain't doing this, why the Lord ain't doing that, you better do some research on what the fuck your people's wickedness, man. Just look at Eve.
Yeah, well, perfect example. And Jake, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Eve and Jake. So you put them together. That's why it's such a separation between Eve and Jake as a people. Because, bro, if you put them together, it ain't really too much.
Our woman is a reflection of us. So that's why in Hosea chapter 1 and 2, the Lord said, he told Hosea, go out there and get a harlot, so you can feel how the Lord feel, because we're the wife of the Lord.
What scripture was that?
Hosea 1 and Hosea 2.
Right.
So we like the wife of the Lord. Like the Lord looks at us, even though it's man and woman in the nation of Israel, we're called the bride, right?
Right.
Of the Lord, right? So we're like the wife, the woman. Then they talk about the Lord had a wife. No, we are, the nation of Israel is the wife of the Lord, man. So he like, look, you see how y'all went a whoring for me? Y'all went and was like whores and dealt with every other nation. That's like taking a woman dealing with every other man. So like we supposed to be a reflection of the Lord. He set us to be a holy people, a chosen people. We're supposed to be a reflection of his holiness. But we're so wicked. So it's the same thing as a man having a wife. It's the same, that's why in 1 Corinthians 11, the Lord said what? The father is the head of Yahushua. Yahushua is the head of the man is the head of the woman. So we got that same relationship that Yahushua has over us. That's the same relationship we have over Allah. You know what I mean? So I always use that. I say that's supposed to be the same relationship. The way you talk to me, imagine if I was talking to the Lord that way.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. That's order. You can't, man. You gotta chill the fuck out. Because Sarah called Abraham her Lord. That's how she addressed him, as my Lord.
Verse 15. So I turned and came down from the mount, and the mount burned with fire, and the 2 tables of the covenant were in my 2 hands.
So the mount was burning with fire. Now if you go to 2 Kings, I believe 6 or something like that, it tells you about the chariots of fire that was seen on the mountain. So it's the same thing. It's a chariot.
Right.
A UFO, what you would call it. A fathership, that we call it.
Verse 16. And I looked, and behold, ye had sinned against the Lord your God, and had made you a molten calf. Ye had turned aside quickly out of the way which the Lord had commanded you.
Right. So, and then like Dr. Brown was talking about, there's no evidence for UFOs in the Bible. Bro, you read Zechariah 5? What would that be called? Stop the semantics and wordplay. Yes, it don't say UFOs, but what the guy was calling in asking him, is there any evidence for like UFOs in the Bible? Well, technically, what would we call a UFO today? If Zechariah seen a flying road, if we seen a flying road during that time with no helicopters, no planes, no jets, none of that existed, wouldn't we call that a UFO? Yes. So stop the word fucking games, man. But that's what the devil do.
Yeah. They try to debunk anything that we say because they don't want, like, in their mind, there's no possible way we could be the people that the Lord himself has chosen. There's no there's no possible way that this meek of a people, this low of a people, this wretched as a people, right, how they think, could be who the Lord, the creator of all creation, has chosen.
Yeah, but when the Lord give us that power, that's when they gonna see, because the Lord put it right in their face. You just had like Guerrilla Hebrew, which is just like all our background. We all come from the streets. We all regular man that just fucking destroyed a dude that got a degree, a PhD, that studies the Bible and stuff. He completely destroyed him.
Teaches the Bible.
You got a young man like me. I could confound him. That's
yeah.
what I say after that debate.
Yeah.
I hit you up. I said we could have dealt with him on the highways and byways.
Facts.
Easily at that point. Because he gonna say, well, if Ezekiel 1 is talking about an alien race, put the 2 and 2 together. We just call it aliens, but it's really the Lord and the angels. That's all you gotta do is put it together, clowns. Dr. Brown. He say, well, then that would mean that Ezekiel was worshiping an alien race. No, it's not that he was worshiping an alien race. He was worshiping the Lord, but it's just people today call the Lord and the angels aliens. That's all it is. But it's the same thing. They just use different names. Because y'all wicked as fuck. That's why y'all use different names. Your people is the people that made up the whole alien thing. Y'all should have just said angels. But y'all didn't want to do that because y'all wicked. Y'all want to say aliens.
Verse 17. And I took the 2 tables and cast them out of my 2 hands and break them before your eyes. And I fell down before the Lord as at the first 40 days and 40 nights. I did neither eat bread nor drink water because of all your sins, which ye sinned in doing wickedly in the sight of the Lord to provoke him to anger. Right,
so we now on that level, man, and then you get guys, elders, and stuff. I'm just calling it what it is, man. They say that we surpass the old prophets. We know more than them, almost like if we're leveled up higher than them. No, we're not, man. We're way below them, bro. We gotta follow with the word. See, they say that so they could make up things outside of the word. Yeah. But we surpassed them. No, you did not, because none of you could go. I don't care who your favorite teacher in Israel is right now. He cannot go fast for 40 days and 40 nights, man. So that means that he's nowhere near on the level of Moses, man. Nowhere near close to the level of Moses. The type of wisdom and knowledge and faith that it takes to fast for 40 days and 40 nights, your favorite teacher do not have enough faith or the faith of Moses to be able to fast for 40 days and 40 nights, which Yahushua did the same thing. Your faith, he don't have that much faith. So that means that it don't matter about what the knowledge that you got about your faith. You ain't got as much faith as Moses, man, because you couldn't do that. It take a lot of faith to be able to do that.
A lot of faith and a lot of fear.
None of us would even try that.
Verse 19. For I was afraid of the anger and the hot displeasure wherewith the Lord was wroth against you to destroy you. But the Lord hearkened unto me at that time also. Right? Verse 20. And the Lord was very angry with Aaron to have destroyed him, and I prayed for Aaron also the same time. Verse 21. And I took your sin, the calf which ye had made, and burnt it with fire, and stamped it, and ground it very small, even until it was as small as dust. And I cast the dust therefore into the brook that descended out of the mount. And at Taberah, and at Massa, and at Kibrothava, ye provoked the Lord to wrath. Right, verse 23. Likewise, when the Lord sent you from Kadesh Barnea, saying, go up to possess the land which I have given you, then ye rebelled against the commandment of the Lord your God, and ye believed him not, nor hearkened to his voice. Right, so it's just a continual, it's just all throughout the Bible is just continued accounts of us as a people just going against the Lord, constantly provoking him, testing him by not following his law, statutes, and commandments, as if we didn't believe that he was going to do something to us about it. Right? So it's just continual accounts of us and our rebelliousness and us being stiff-necked.
Ain't that James Spirit? That's James Spirit. I'm going to keep doing it until you do something, because I don't believe that you actually going to do nothing about it. It's James Spirit.
Verse 24. Ye have been rebellious against the Lord from the day that I knew you. Thus I fell down before the Lord 40 days and 40 nights, as I fell down at the first, because the Lord, he said he would destroy you. And so he fasted for that 40 days and 40 nights. He was just praying, right, for the Lord to forgive us. That's crazy.
See, he put himself to the side. He was about his people.
It's not about you. Yeah. And that's what like the main thing that people got to realize. It's not about you. Yep. It's about the Lord and his work. Yep. And what do he want us to do in that work? Reach out to our people. Yep. Nice. Verse 26. I prayed therefore unto the Lord and said, O Lord God, destroy not thy people and thy inheritance, which thou hast redeemed through thy greatness, which thou hast brought forth out of Egypt with a mighty hand. Remember thy servants Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Look not unto the stubbornness of his people, nor to their wickedness, nor to their sin. So we so wicked, right? As a people, we were so wicked that the Lord almost went against his own promise, right? Just imagine that. You know what I'm saying? That the Lord, like, man, look, these people is like, I'm done with them. I know what I told Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I know what I promised Abraham. Fuck that. These people tripping, right? Excuse my French. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it almost got to that point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's sad. Like, when you think about how, like, when you think about that, that's sad that Moses, like, literally Moses is praying to the Lord, like, look, don't go back on your word. Yeah. He had to beg the Lord not to go back on his word because we is so wicked. Like, give us another chance. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, real shit, man. But that's how much love the Lord got for us, because it makes sense how dumb we are. How the hell, like, okay, our power, our Lord, our God says, I'm going to give you everything on earth. All you got to do is do this. And by the way, you doing this, which is what we're reading, the law, statutes, and commandments, is going to benefit you. Don't benefit me, it benefits you. Right. You see what I'm saying? This is me helping you survive on this earth and learn how to live and set up order and establish order on this earth. Right? All you got to do is do this, and you're going to have everything at your fingertips, anything your heart desires. And we so wicked, bro, that deal wasn't good enough for us. We had to go follow other gods and other nations and be with them because we like the things they do, or be interested in their gods. See, it's just crazy.
Verse 27. Remember thy servants Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Look not unto the stubbornness of this people, nor to their wickedness, nor to their sin. Lest the land whence thou broughtest us out say, because the Lord was not able to bring them into the land which he promised them, and because he hated them, he have brought them out to slay them in the wilderness.
Right. So that's like, imagine you have a wife. You have a woman, right? A wife right? You say, baby, look, I got a mansion for you. I got 10 cars in the garage. You can drive any one you want. I got money set up in the safe for you. You got the code. You go in there, you go shopping, you get whatever you want. I got a chef. I got a, you ain't got to clean. I got a butler that comes over and clean. You know, anywhere you want to go, any vacation, any place on earth you want to go, pick the destination. I'm going to do it for you. I'm going to provide all these things for you, you know. Just don't go down to this street right here and start fucking with these people, because if you do, they going to set you up and try to scam you and take all your shit. Because what did they do? They took all her shit. They going to set you up, try to scam you, and take all your shit that I'm giving to you. All this shit that I got for you, this is for you, man. You holy. You different. You set aside from these other people. I chose you to be my wife. Don't go down here fucking with these people, because if you do, they gonna try to rob you and scam you out of all the shit that I'm giving you. So really, they robbing and taking my shit, because it really belong to me. The land of Israel belongs to the Lord, but they got it. The gold and all the silver and the riches on the earth belongs to the Lord that he set up to give to us, but they got it. So it's the same analogy. Don't go down there fucking with them, because they gonna have you doing shit against me. They gonna have you plotting against me, going against me, fighting against me. They gonna have you going against your friends and shit down there on this side. They gonna have you going against everything I told you. You see what I'm saying? And then they gonna scam you and take all the shit that I'm giving you. And then imagine her going to go do that shit. And then she end up as a crackhead with nothing. And she was living this glorious life that you was providing for her with anything she wanted. You gonna be looking at her like, this bitch gotta be the stupidest bitch in the world. What you gonna think, man? I'm finna give me a new one. Right. I'm finna be done with her.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give me a new one, because she's
that's
dumb.
what I was gonna say. Right? So now that's how easily the Lord could have did that, because us as a man dealing with a woman like that, we just replace her quick. So that just goes to show you the love that the Lord has for us. Like, because he could have just replaced us.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Man, push them to the side, man. I'm going to build up the Moabites. You know what I'm saying? Because I know they're going to follow me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to have to go through this with them.
Yeah. Because what would we do if we had a wife that did that? We'd move her out the way like, man, this got to be the dumbest chick in the world, which I done ran into a lot of them. And that basically happened to the, you know,
real life.
Like, this got to be the dumbest chick in the world, bro. And then it's like, you would just go get another one, man. Let me go get another one. You might stop fucking with Eve. You might be like, man, like Cuz just said, like, you might be like, let me go get a Moabitess, man. Because I'm done fucking with Eve.
Yeah, Eve cutting up.
Basically, that's what you see going on right now with Eve. Especially in the United States, in Mystery Babylon. So, any one of us would have been like, nah, hell no, she dumb. I just gave her everything in the world. She want to go down here dealing with her nappy head ass friends. They end up taking everything from her and leading her to go against me and shit. You see what I'm saying? She coming home questioning me, don't want to follow my order. That's the same thing with us as the nation of Israel. That's how we were towards the Lord, man. And then imagine you giving her all these things. You just say, look, remain faithful to me. I'm your only man. I'm your husband. I'm your God. I'm your Lord, right? Because Sarah did call Abraham her Lord before everybody started jumping out the door, right? So imagine that, but now she going down here fucking with these people you told her not to fuck with, and now she's sleeping with a whole bunch of dudes. Horn. You like, this girl had it. Everybody on the outside gonna be like, man, she had everything. She dumb, and she lost it. So that's basically us. And when she get to that crackhead stage or junkie stage, that's like us. And you read about that in Ezekiel 37, the valley of dry bones. We like a valley of dead, dry bones, man. You know, but the Lord has so much love. He did what none of us would have did. He said he's still gonna love us, man. Did a little, you know, punishment. What's that word? Rehabilitation. Yeah, for us, you know, pretty much a little punishment to get us together. But he gonna bring us back out of that crackhead stage, and he gonna take us back, and then he gonna build us back up. You know, just like if you took your woman back out that stage and you built her back up to the state that she was originally supposed to be, and more. So that's us, you know.
This the last verse right here. This verse 29. Yet they are thy people and thy inheritance, which thou broughtest out with thy mighty power and by thy stretched out arm.
Yep,
yeah, so like that. Yeah, that was the last one. You know, so yeah, man. You know. It just, that was Deuteronomy 9, you know what I'm saying? We had to go into that, right? Just like the brother said, like, we're going to continue to go into the law. But that just goes to show you how much mercy that we have still to this day as a people, just like the brother was saying earlier in the camp. I mean, earlier, like in today's camp, that, I just lost my train of thought. How much mercy that we have, that the Lord should have been done away with us, right? He should have been done away with us, but he haven't, right? And so that just goes to show you that we have a lot of mercy, and that the Lord is like, he really got something great planned for us, for him to be giving us these many chances. And so we just got to come into these laws, statutes, and commandments, stop provoking the Lord, and just like really focus on the task at hand, right? Which is the kingdom.
And it shows what's so important is us coming back together. This ain't about individuals, man. You got individuals walking around like, man, we can eat pork. Like we had a cousin that we was talking to in a group chat. He was like, man, see, I just don't believe in all that.
Yeah.
That's a part of us learning from the Lord, man. That's that same mindset. The Lord give us everything, and you say, well, I don't want to follow him, because you want some individual shit and you worshiping yourself. You think you're God. You're not. How the hell, well, it's inside of you. Yeah, it's inside of us. But we got to follow what the Lord put inside of us. The law, statutes, commandments. But when people say that, they really saying that they're God. Yeah, but there's a most high God. There's a most high God that we have to follow, man. And if we don't, then we're going to be in this. But I hate when dudes act like they the most high God. But they can't do nothing for themselves. You working at, and I don't want to talk about nobody, I'm just using this as an example. It's all love, but you working at fucking Dollar Tree, but you talking about you God. You working at Dollar Tree for $10 an hour. And you got to go in there and you got an Edomite manager over you. But you saying, well, I'm God myself. I'm the God myself. There's a most high God, man, that you need to follow, bro, so you can get out of that situation that you're in.
Real, bro.
Stop. You gotta humble
yourself. And we all
man.
in fucked up situations like that.
And people only say that because they want to do what they want to do. They don't want to follow what the Lord told us to do. And they want to make up every excuse from following the Lord. We ain't gotta keep those laws. We're the God. You follow you manifest your own shit.
Yeah, look,
and manifest yourself out fucking knowledge.
And that's the problem. Yeah. Just like you said, they never see, people don't never, like, one thing that I learned when I first came into this truth, that people acknowledge everything else, and I say thing, I literally mean people will acknowledge everything else, including themselves, for the situations that they in, right? They never consider the Lord. People never consider, like, damn, well, maybe I'm in this position because, well, and that's why it makes so much sense. That's why the truth makes so much sense, right? That's why as a people, we are in the position and been through what we've been through because of the curses. It's the curse. It's not. We are not supposed to be like this. We are, because we're not following the Lord. We don't consider the Lord, and that's why we're in the position. This is like, so don't ever think that this, like the stuff that our ancestors went through and what we're going through right now. What they say, every 28 hours, a so-called African American is shot down by Edomite cop.
Damn.
Every 28 hours.
Damn.
That's statistics. You know what I'm saying? Every 28 hours. So it's not supposed to be like that. So don't ever think that it is supposed to be like that. No, it's like that because we refuse to follow the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord.
And that show how we gotta humble ourselves. We strong only with the Lord, man. Us without the Lord, man, you gotta humble yourself. Get off all that God shit, man. We are weak when we understand that. You see what I'm saying? It don't take too much. Maybe 10 Edomite cops will come down here and see this. Yeah, we can be as tough as we want to, but we understand, you know what I mean? You gotta be real. You see what I'm saying? The niggas be the toughest niggas in the world on the street. They be the chief on the street, the leader on the street, and then the Edomites get their ass in the county building and they calling every day trying to get bonded out. I thought you was the toughest nigga on the street. Why you trying to get out so quick? You see what I'm saying? They call, man, come get me. Man, come bond me out. Come get me. I can't stand another day here. But you the toughest. That just show you how weak you is. Yeah. All the toughest niggas that we know, they all end up where? In prison.
Yeah.
And they can't do nothing about it. They can't look. Larry Hoover, I got the right name, Larry Hoover. Larry Hoover's still in prison, ain't he?
Yeah, been in there like 50-some years.
If he's the toughest nigga, why he ain't out? Why he can't get himself out?
But listen though, right? So you like
El Chapo.
And what the brother saying is, it's so fucked up that we can't even accept what we put ourselves through. Just like right now, we don't even accept. Well, like individually, people don't accept the situation that they put themselves through. So now, if you put yourself in a situation to go in jail, why is you in a panic mode? Accept it, because you should have been doing that anyway.
Yep. That's why we don't do shit. People come out here and look at us and watch us and study us and shit. We don't care, because we say, we look at each other like we bullshit. So unless they make up some shit, put some shit on us, we ain't breaking no laws. We ain't doing nothing. We just coming out here teaching the truth. That's all we do. That's what we stand on, pretty much. You know what I mean? Like stop trying to. El Chapo thought he was tough. They dragged his ass back here, put him on trial, gave him a whole bunch of years. I forgot how many, but 1 million years and he ain't getting out. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing he can do. So how tough are you? See, they couldn't do that to our Lord. So the point is, you gotta humble yourself and understand we got a higher power than us. There's a Most High God, and we need to follow our Most High God because He got the power to help us. We ain't got the power ourselves. So we gonna end camp with that. Salvation to be let. We gonna give all praise to Him.
Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash, Shalom.